Welcome to Milk and Honey. My name is Mari. This is the continuation of the dreams that I've been having this past 2 to 3 weeks. I will continue with the dreams. I just posted a video. So let's continue. Another dream I had, it took time at nighttime, and I saw all these wild animals, and they were all black. Monkeys, all black. Wolves, all black. Jaguars, all black. Keep going. There are a lot of wild beasts, all black. So I saw about five. I was standing like on the street, but ahead of me there was like a tiny little hill, and on top of the tiny little hill there were like a lot of bushes and trees and this building, and I saw the animals, the beast right there. And I noticed that they were like coming out. So I headed towards them to try to put them back in this building. As I walked towards the building and into the building, there was this really long hallway, like a long hallway. And in this hallway, it was almost like going down like to like a basement or like underground. I don't know how to explain it. There's a word, but I just can't find it. Because the walls were like made out of rock, so I knew it was like a down. Okay, anyways, besides the point. So I went down there and I saw this giant gate that it was left open. Somebody had opened this door, this gate, and there were hundreds, if not thousands, of beasts coming out of that door. They were demonic, they were evil spirits, they had an agenda behind them, and it was just to cause harm and chaos, like physical harm, physical chaos. And so I knew that it was way too much for just me to handle and to try to capture them and cage them in. So at this point, I got out of the building and I ran back and with my husband. And my husband and I took our kids and we were headed towards a building to take shelter because we knew that they could not penetrate this building. I believe that's a covering of Christ, covering the blood of Jesus. I touched a little bit of this on the other video. But as we were going, we were completely already inside the building except for my husband. The door was almost halfway shut and he was trying to get in. I was like halfway in, halfway out. And he basically pushed me in this building and he shut the door and he stayed outside to protect us against these evil demonic spirits. Now, men, if any man is watching this and you're the head of the household, I believe this dream represents that you as men need to take action in protecting your family spiritually. You need to wake up, you need to start praying over your family and taking what the Lord gave you. You are the head of the household and you are number one in defense. You're the number one defense for your family. So you need to take the authority that the Lord gave you and pray against any and all demonic activity that wants to come against your family. So that's what that part of it means. So after my husband shut the door, he stayed outside fighting these things. And that's where the dream ends. That particular dream ends. So the meaning of this dream that I understood is that I saw this demonic attack and I was going all by myself trying to stop this demonic attack. I don't think that's a time for it right now. Obviously, if you're a single parent, yes, do everything you can. But if you are in a marriage, you need to bring your husband along in prayer with you more than ever, to pray against demonic attacks against your family and against basically your entire household. So I believe that's what it means. When I went into this tunnel, into this layer, and I saw all those demons, that's an attack. That's an attack that the enemy has for us. But it looked very planned. It looked like they've been planning this for a while. I know that there has been all of this since the day of time. I know there's been spiritual warfare, but it seems in that dream, like I know every single day there's warfare, but in my dream it seemed like it's just going to explode. There's going to be an explosion of spiritual battle, of demonic activity against us. So just stay prayed up. And me going and getting my husband, running towards my husband, that's exactly what it means. It needs to be, even if you're not in a relationship, even if you're not married, get your family, get your friends, get your sisters, anybody, if you have anybody, and just pray. And if you're the only one, the only believer, find yourself a community, find yourself a church, and pray together, because where two or more are gathered, our prayers are more intense against the enemy. So that was one dream. The second dream, it was against the children. There was this demonic force about to be unleashed to get to the children. I'm talking about like toddlers, babies, children. Yeah. I mean, my son is 8 and I still see him as a baby. So yeah, like children. I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm talking about like children. Yeah. But there was this demonic force that was being unleashed just for the sole purpose to harm our children, physical well-being. Because in my dream, there was this 2-year-old baby girl, and she was on the stairs. Do you know how New York has those stairs outside of like the sky rises, like so they could like get out? They're kind of like zigzaggy. So there was this baby girl who was walking on that, and it was very on the ledge. Like she was being enticed, she was being guided by the demonic forces to get into troublesome places where it could cause her physical harm. And then my husband was underneath the stairwell, trying to grab on her so that she wouldn't be able to fall off the edge. And that's when my husband said they have let this demonic spirit run wild to attack the children, and we must stop it. We must pray against it. This one comes a little bit close to home. That's the dream, but this one hits a little bit home because I have an autistic child, and he has zero sense of danger. He does not perceive danger, and a lot of children with autistic disabilities or other disabilities sometimes do not perceive danger. Like he could see fire and he could be enticed by the fire. He could like walk straight to a ledge and think that is fun, and then nothing is going to happen to him. So I think there's going to be a lot of spiritual attacks against our children. And just yesterday, my son was starting to do something that could possibly have gone pretty wrong. He was trying to cook something, and it could have gone pretty bad if he would have gotten hurt. So just stay aware and know for my son, like he could be nice and chill and like the sweetest little kid, but in a matter of a minute or less than a minute, he could get himself into some real sticky situations. So just be aware. I mean, I know I sound like a broken record, but this is a time where we must keep all eyes on our children and pray over our children and their well-being, and pray over their safety, and pray over their health, and plead the blood of Christ over them. The enemy knows that his time is near, and he wants to cause as much damage and chaos as possible before his time is due. So just keep your babies closer to you. And another thing that I want to say is that I have pets. I have dogs, I have cats. I've had a lot of pets in my life, from turtles to birds, etc. Please do not leave your children alone with your pets. Now, I might love this little bug right here with all my heart, but she is still a pet. She is still an animal. She still has animal instincts. And as much as I love her, I don't want her to be harmed or my child to be harmed. And we also have other dogs. One, I think, is like a bully mix. So I never leave my son unattended without my presence around my pets, because I just don't trust them, okay? I love them, but I will not put my trust in them, because they are still animals and they still have animalistic instincts. Along with lizards and snakes. We live in Florida. There's a lot of wild animals around here. So just be extra sensitive to your children right now. Pay extra attention to your kids. That's all I could say. Pray over them. And yeah, big demonic attacks. And I know there's always been attacks. The enemy's always fighting against us. I understand that part, but it's intensifying. I saw it was at the max. Okay, it's before the tribulation is gonna go crazy. Right now we're like hitting the max in demonic activity, spiritual warfare. So just stay ahead of the game. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.